this is called a yes and object description. It's for listening and agreement, okay? So the way this is going to work, we're going to go around the circle, okay? And we're going to start with, I'm going to say, I see a ball, okay? And you're going to say yes and...
And it's red.
Yes, and it's yellow.
Okay.
Yes, and it's large.
Yes, and there's sand underneath it.
Ooh.
Yes, and it has the lines of a basketball.
Oh.
Yes, and it has a string attached to the top.
Ooh.
Yes, and it's quite bouncy too.
All right. Okay, so now you tell us what's in the middle. What do you
Okay.
see?
I see a box.
Crumpled at one corner.
Yes, and it looks like UPS got a hold of it.
Yes, and there's Greek lettering on the back of the sticker.
Ooh.
Yes, and it's addressed to your mama's house.
Oh.
Yes, and the packing peanuts are spilling out the corner that's ripped.
Yes, and it smells like pickles. Oh, wait, do you have to add, wait, you started with the box, okay, so.
So I start a whole new thing?
Sort of whole
Yep.
thing.
Oh, it's a model car.
Yes, and it's blue.
Yes, and it's a converter.
Yes, and it has a giant yellow scratch all down the side.
Oh.
Yes, and it somehow has a model flat tire too.
Yes, and it smells like pickles.
Yes, and it has real leather interior.
Crumpled McDonald.
All right. I see a sound system.
Ooh.
Yes, and it's one of those like old-timey 1980s ones.
Yes, and I will still turn it up to 11.
God damn it!
Oh, yes! There's 3 on the stand. 11. I'm saying 11. Come on.
Yes, and I see it's still on. The volume is bouncing, even though it's not hooked up to a microphone for some reason.
Yes, and I brought a microphone.
Sorry.
Just in case.
Yes. Is this thing on? Yes, and based on the wiring, it looks like a fire hazard.
Ooh.
And it's signed by all the guys from KISS on the back.
Yes!
Even Vinnie Vincent.
Oh, everyone.
I see. Hello.
Sorry.
I see a little kitty cat.
Aw.
Yes, and little kitty has sharp claws.
And I see little kitty has also had a very fun time in the bathtub.
Yes, and she has one blue eye and one green eye.
Yes, and one of her ears folded like this.
Oh.
Aww.
And she's curled up in the lap of the cutest college girl.
Yes, and she seems to be having kittens.
Whoa!
Kittens having kittens. That's how it starts. They get younger and younger every year.
Right. Then they don't get to college.
Yeah.
Right, their education suffers.
Daddy cat already left.
Guys,
So right now we're
I
taking
love
an
work at work.
object
Okay.
and
everybody's
story.
adding a detail.
Yeah.
Adding
Yeah.
a detail.
Right. So he's
Alright.
going to tell us what's
James,
in the
go
middle.
Uh,
Oh wait, Dave started with the cat. I'm sorry.
do we go all the way around? I see a hat.
Ooh. Yes, and I see it has a feather in it.
Yes, and it's shaped like the Mad Hatter's hat.
Yes, and it's collapsible.
Yes, and it would fit on Art Linkletter's head.
Yes, and if you turn it over, a rabbit comes out.
Oh. Only the rabbit had rabies. Oh.
Oh,
Ouch!
Yes, and it's like exaggerated, exaggeratedly tall, like Bootsy Collins.
I see a Rube Goldberg machine.
Yes, and I have marbles.
Yes, and the marble's stuck at the top.
And one.
Well, now there's 4 stuck at the top.
Now they're rolling.
Yes, and everyone gets through and makes it over the waterfall.
Yes, and around the waterfall it comes to the dominoes.
This domino effect does not end well.
Yes, and everything's for some reason covered in maple syrup.
Yes, and the mouse doesn't seem to mind.
No. And Are we all the way around?
Yeah, we're all the way around.
All right, yay!
Yay!